Yes, this is the top 100 song of 2011. So this is the top song of the year. 1.4 billion plays on Spotify. The genre is rhythm and blues and soul. It's a female solo artist from the album 21, and it's the B-side of If It Hadn't Been for Love. At the 54th Annual Grammy Awards, it won the awards for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Short-Form Music Video. And the critic who rated this song, Lamb, gave it a score of 5 out of 5, saying this song wastes no time in presenting the stunning bluesy authority of her voice. Her voice, here is a voice that can raise chills up the spine, and when she is in a mood like this, the sense of foreboding will rivet your attention.
Oh, jeez.
I think I know it.
Is it Adele?
Bang.
I was going to say Adele. Because I knew
Rolling it.
Damn,
Hey,
good work.
I would have known, but
Wow.
when you said 21,
You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast, the home of sports, gambling, entertainment, and whatever the hell else has gone on this week. So pull up a seat by the fire, crack open a cold one, and make sure to get your bets in. Welcome to the Pine Room.
hello. You don't need to do a redo. I like when it kind of makes a little bit.
All right.
Well, that wasn't that much.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to episode 59, 58? 59. Wow, 59 of the Pine Room Podcast. I'm used to saying here on the Watchdog Radio Network, but here on wherever you're listening to this, Spotify, whatever. We all struggled to get here today. The roads are just fantastic, and I know we talk about it here on a lot anyway. I think we mentioned last podcast, but my hope is that once we get through this hell that is the streets right now, that we'll be driving healthy and happy and okay.
You know what the positive that is?
We will be.
Is since they're doing it all at once now, that means exactly we have that to look forward to. In 10 to 15 years, we'll all be done once again.
Yeah. So we get like a hiatus.
What, a redo?
Well, yeah, because
yeah.
that's the part I don't understand why they didn't do it in sections or like compartmentalize a little bit, so we're not all doing this again at the same time, because it's all going to go bad at the same time, right?
That's funny, and I know Nick will be listening to this, because he said the other day, he was like, "Do you think every nice city in America's got like been like this before?" And I was like, or like, how do you think every nice city in America has got to where it's at? And I'm like, well, I understand that, but there's no way that any town has letting it get this bad, that it's like to this point where everything needs to be done.
But I will say it is everything. I mean, you go all the way down to like down to the end of Main Street where you go across the bridge by the end of the Civic Center.
Okay.
All the way back up towards the Fort Henry. It's that whole strip. That whole strip it's incredible. My mom.
Yeah, and the thing about it this morning was, and you've seen it. Well, obviously, Jeff, you go a different direction for work, but a lot of times I want to turn there by the Bridge Tavern, and like you couldn't even turn there today. The road was closed, just like it is now. But a lot of times you'll turn there and the tunnel's closed, but they don't give you a heads up.
Oh, Chris, that makes me so.
So I had to go straight today down Main Street. I thought, okay, well, because I was going out to work, meet that guy I was going with, but I couldn't turn up 16th Street. That's blocked off too. So I had to go down past. I actually went all the way to 29th Street, but I mean, it's like.
It's never ending.
No,
it's never ending.
And it set me back, and I wasn't in any hurry, but it set me back probably, I don't know, 10 minutes.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Well, here's something, because I'll be honest with you, like my life takes place so much up north that I don't get on Nashville Road and stuff like that much. When did they start taking down spick and span the dry cleaner?
That's funny. And Nick again texted
They
the other
worked
day.
on that about 2 weeks ago or something, and now.
Like, was there any other places to get your clothes dry cleaned in Wheeling?
I know there's one.
Grove.
Yeah, there's one place.
Okay.
Down from the Board of Education building.
Yeah, across from the Asian
that's
Spa.
Right, that's
right where that bridge, what bridge that is. There.
Yes, you know what, I
That's
forgot
the old
about that.
The one that you can see through.
The Stone Bridge.
And isn't there one
There's
on...
one on 40.
I thought there was one on
at the bottom of the
Edgington Lane.
Yeah, there might be one there, and there's one on 40 right at the end. Like
I thought that
bottom of
was
the hill
a
by the
place.
Highlands.
I think that's a place to go wash your clothes on Edgerton Lane.
Well,
does it have a dry cleaner too?
I'm not sure.
Wait,
I was there about 4 months ago when I bought a.
Oh, and actually, no,
What?
you're right. That isn't a dry cleaner one. 40
No.
I'm thinking about.
Yeah, there is. Wait.
I'm thinking of the one like at the bottom of the hill when you go the back way down the hill from the Highlands.
You can drink beer there.
Oh, can you?
Yeah,
Do
I
your
swear to
clothes and
God.
drink beer. That's
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
shit.
but I don't think it's a dry cleaner. Though,
Yeah,
but it's a
it's a
laundromat.
laundromat. Yeah,
So
it's a dry
there's-
cleaner.
But that's a dying breed too, though. But so I guess did you guys even know that it was going away? Like
I had no idea.
I had no idea. I was
The only
shell-shocked.
reason I knew because I kept going by there, and they were turning. They started from the back and worked out toward the front. Now, if you're not aware of that, then I won't ask you, but I'll ask it anyway. What's going there? Is there has to be?
Well, there's
do you know?
from my understanding, Chipotle, Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, they're all going there.
That's my understanding on
Whoa.
that side there.
Wait, time out.
Oh, man,
Rewind,
you'll
because
be
I was
fucking
I
going
also
crazy, Jarrett.
welcome, Cooley, to the studio, everybody.
guys.
Clap,
Yeah,
clap,
it's
clap.
nice to be here.
Where are we talking about?
From my understanding, Dunkin' Donuts is going into Hardee's,
Yeah.
and then right next
Oh,
door,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
like a Chipotle, and I want to say it's like going to be a combo. Something.
Yeah, I think probably a Starbucks and a. Well, I know Starbucks. I think is coming to where AC Buffet was, right?
How big is the
think-
Starbucks
Jesus.
going to be?
I don't know. That's
You
a,
mean the one across the street?
Yeah, that's a big.
So you're getting a Starbucks, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a Tim Hortons in the same area.
And there's a Starbucks right in that Kroger.
Kroger's too, but at least you got to get out of the car to go to that
Yeah,
one.
that's
so-
What is what Tim Hortons? I'll go there in the morning sometimes on weekends. What do they just have coffees and that kind of stuff?
They
and
got all,
breakfast,
yeah,
right?
they got like breakfast sandwiches,
But how long
donuts.
do they stay open?
They do normal sandwiches too, so you can eat lunch and dinner there. So
Oh,
I
they
think
do?
to answer your question, I want to say
I
they
did
like
not
an
know
8
that.
or 9 o'clock.
geez, I
It's like a
didn't know
deli
Did
deli
not know
sandwiches.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna name these laundromats, and you got to tell me where they are in Wheeling. Yeah, I'm gonna give you their name. All right, Glow Tone Cleaners. Where is that at?
That's on 40, I think, isn't it?
No, that's the one on Edgerton Lane.
No, that's the one out by the Board of Education.
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's
okay.
Board of Education.
But that's, I would have said there were two glow tones.
Yeah,
the one you
yeah,
mentioned.
the one
Okay.
right,
That's what I
right around the
thought.
corner from the Alpha, right?
Yes.
And
That's no longer.
I don't know.
then the one right around the corner from the Alpha. Hold on, let me make sure
Yeah.
that this is the right.
I don't
place
think. I
here.
think that's
It's
not
a
a dry cleaner.
laundromat.
I think it's just a laundromat.
Okay.
Yeah.
This. All right. Well, all right. Spunky's Laundromat.
That's got to be a
That's-
nice book.
That sounds like
Here
something.
comes.
This is
Spunky.
Wheeling.
That
It
almost
seems
sounds
like-
like you'd go in there and get a massage too.
Yeah.
There's a different door. different door.
Now,
Where in the hell is
Spunky?
Yeah, the one.
Now that's
I'm gonna have
South. Where's South Penn Street?
Oh, that's on the island.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
so
makes
that's on
sense.
the island.
That
all
makes
right.
Yeah,
sense. That was
Spunky's.
Spunky. Yeah.
Yeah, so you go the one door
Oh,
Spunky, and then the one
because there
door
used to be a store
laundromat.
over there called a convenience store called Spunky's.
Oh,
Maybe
because
that,
of the race.
The
right?
race. Yeah.
Nah.
Uh-huh.
No, they call it Bunny at the.
was that a
dog
fake
place.
laugh?
Yeah,
Yeah, Spunky.
Yeah. Here comes. Spunky.
All right, and then, well, this is. I guess I can't do a quiz. The North Wheeling Laundromat in North Wheeling.
Yeah,
God,
but
I looked up, or I didn't look up, but it just happened to come across my feed. I guess investing in a laundromat in like a decent sized city is not a bad investment at all.
There's no overhead.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
you put up a building, you put up the things, and
Exactly.
yeah,
Just-
100%.
It's coins in the machine, and that's it.
Well, but you pay for water, and probably that's
Yeah.
water, electric, and
Now that we're
That's it.
talking through this, I think there's actually somebody doing a mobile unit now.
really.
Mobile dry clean, mobile. You pay them, they come get it, they drop it back off.
That's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, uh-huh. I'm almost positive that's hitting the Wheeling area right now.
That's one thing. When I lived in Florida by myself, and I didn't have well, actually in West Lib too, I didn't have a washer and dryer in my apartment, so I'd have to take it to the community, and I absolutely hate that. I absolutely cannot stand doing that. Just lugging it out there and then putting it in, waiting, and then you got to worry if somebody's clothes are in there, taking
Yeah,
it. It's just such a pain in the ass.
well, I did that when I had bought a new comforter. I don't know, 3 or 4. It was during the winter because it was a heavier one, and I wanted to wash it first, and so I went out to the Edgerton Lane place. And they don't. At least I don't think they didn't take cards or dollar bills. You just had to feed it coins.
Yeah.
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 And I think it was like $6.75 to do, and all I had was a comforter. But I saw other people out there taking loads of just their laundry, and I thought that's got to be.
Pain in the ass.
Yeah,
Yes.
the video
Yeah.
that I watched, you have to pay them. You have a, which I don't understand. I guess it's just the washing machine, but you pay the machine. It gives you coins, and then you put the coins in the machine instead of you being able to just put dollar bills in.
Okay.
So you have to get coins for the.
Yeah, because when I was sitting there waiting, I think I was waiting for it to dry, and a guy must have worked there or was the owner, and he went down there and he filled up the one thing where you get change.
Yeah.
Like an
arcade.
Yes. And
Yeah.
he was just loading up with quarters.
Do you think is steaming clothes, and like doing dry cleaning, is that like a specialty skill that people have? Because I remember my dad, he lost his suit recently, but I don't know how somebody loses their suit.
How do you lose your suit?
I don't know. But there was a lady that he used to take it to that would hem and dry clean, and like she lived in the high rise in Warwood, and he would always take it to her. Is that like a dying art? Is that like it's a rising art?
No, it's a dying.
Oh.
It's an older generation.
Amazed that you brought that up, because when your dad was asking me the other day about those glasses,
Yeah,
drinking mugs, and trying to get them,
which is
personalized.
coming out soon. Yeah.
Yeah. And I got thinking, well, who does that? And for whatever reason, it made me think of like a seamstress, somebody that, you want to get those pants hemmed, or you at the waist or whatever, or you have a tear. Where do you take them?
But I agree. I think it's a dying breed. But to answer your first question, I think sewing and hemming is the art.
Yeah,
yes.
I think that's what I meant.
Yeah, but I don't think, because anybody could take a steam thing up and down.
Yeah.
And when you take it to a dry cleaner, that's all machines.
Yeah, it's
but the sewing and stuff,
I mix my
100%.
seamstress. I don't know if I know. I don't know.
Have you ever sewn before?
I have not. I tell you what, somebody to go back that is truly a badass art. Like,
yes.
I mean, it really is. Like, people that can do that. My mother-in-law still does crocheting. And that's an art.
Is that what those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's badass. She makes all kinds of blankets for my building and stuff like that for the elderly. They
Didn't
love
they
it.
used to have like the old sewing machines? You used to have the pedal, right? And you'd pedal it, right? And
Without a doubt.
go through. Yeah.
I'm trying to look up. I watched this video, this old lady who must be like her thing to do, but it's like yarn. I don't even know what it's called, but there were these long strings that were connected to these wooden
That's crocheting.
Is that what it is? And then she flips the things back and forth, and there's like 100 of them, and then they go over and top each other. You're thinking of the needles.
But if you still use
That's
the big
crochet,
you
right?
still bring
Yeah,
but the big wooden though.
No.
Like, you don't necessarily have to have a needle, isn't it?
No, I'm thinking of this. This had like the fabric up top. The fabric was up top, and then there were like 100 little wooden like dowel rods, and they were tied to it, and she would flip the dowel rod to a different position. Like it was crazy. I'll see if I can look it up.
Why were you looking at that video?
It just came up as like a fascinating thing. Yeah, I didn't Google.
You weren't searching.
Yeah.
He sees the most obscure things.
What is
knows the most obscure things?
What is one skill aside from athletics? And I'll come back to that because I have a question about that. One skill aside from athletics that you would like to have, like either a hobby or a craft skill, not something huge like building rocket ships, but like
I wish I could sing.
Okay, all right,
and play. Maybe play guitar. I'd like to know how to do that.
Well, I think just in general, not as a fun habit, but I wish I was more handy just across the board. But second of all, I'd be a fucking plumber since I just paid $100 a fucking hour for a plumber. That's the game. 100%. Yeah. That's absurd. That's the way to go right now.
I agree with you, Jeff. I can barely use a hammer, so I wish I could definitely do more.
Well, I'm really bad.
And even and like musically, I'd love to be a drummer, but
oh man, that'd be cool.
Just to beat the fuck out of drums. But Jeff, I'm the same way. Like if I just knew a quarter of what some people, because there's probably jobs that you and I would want to do, just like a small thing that's probably pretty simple.
And don't cost us a shit ton of money.
And when we can't do it.
I can't do it. When I tell you I cannot do anything, and I know anything is a very strong word, but I'm pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
One time I changed electrical outlets in my house.
If you need a little medical knowledge, you need somebody to sell something, I'm your guy.
Thanks.
Outside of that, I'm fucking pretty helpless, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Plumbing's tough. I've never really done much plumbing ever. I've done a lot of different things, but plumbing, I wish I was a little bit better at. That and electrical, I don't know too much about.
See, here's my other
problem. I'd love to be able to build stuff, like build a nice wooden table or
See, are you guys able? Like, I won't even tackle anything because I'm afraid I'm going to fuck it up already more and cost myself even more money.
Yeah.
But I think you'll tackle shit, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. And Chris, you won't tackle shit, and you won't either, Tyler.
Oh hell no!
Nah, I won't even try.
It depends on how bad the fallout would be.
That's fair.
How much it would cost, but.
Tomorrow, I'm actually going to change my brakes like by myself, and I'm going to. First time I've ever done it.
So. Your brakes on your Mercedes?
Why would you?
Yeah.
Oh wow, good for you, dude. That's super
I'm not getting in
badass.
your car. I'm not getting in his car.
Stupid idea.
Well, I'm not. Here's the deal. I do think I don't want to go say it's a
hard.
stupid idea, but I'm just saying obviously it's a dangerous.
Yeah.
Well,
but I think it's super, dude.
Yeah,
that's badass.
I want to learn how to. I want to learn how to do it. So I'm just kind of
super cool.
And then when you're driving and your brakes go out and you crash, then you have no one to blame. It's just your fault because.
not-
Oh yeah,
messed
right.
it
I
up.
forgot to do that one step.
But that's not how.
changing my-
It's not how it goes. It's not that.
Well,
that
like I
hard.
say, how hard is it?
It's not. It really
It
isn't
must
that
be
hard
pretty
at all.
simple.
And
It's not.
He
Well,
You jacking it up? How you
Yeah.
getting it up in the air?
well,
Yeah, I got a little jack.
like you just
yeah.
screw the brakes.
Nah, don't.
He
What
bought
if I jack slips and then you get
Well,
crushed?
Well,
Yeah.
no, I'm not going to be under the car.
Guess how much he paid for the jack?
Probably like $350.
$30
No, not that. It was 40.
Ollie's.
at Amazon. it won't hold
It's a
this
4-ton
table.
jack.
You can
it's
jack
hard
up
on
a
a golf
shopping
cart.
cart. I mean,
No, I think
Well,
it's.
if
good
I'm
luck.
not, if
Good
I'm
luck.
not on the podcast next week, I'm dead.
you know
on
what?
the radio.
I hope it's done that. I'll be driving by a Serra's. There's his front of his car all
total
smashed
up.
up. Oh, it's
That'll
total.
be all right.
As long as he's okay.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
Just- how much does it cost to get your brakes changed?
I couldn't tell you.
You should,
'cause I don't
Probably
know.
you should
$200
fix it
at
and then
least.
take it to a guy and be like, hey, did I do this right?
Yeah,
we'll be
just
all
say,
right.
"Hey, can
If
you
your
check
car
my
can get it.
brakes?"
And then he said, buddy, you did. I don't know what you
I don't know
did.
how the hell you just got here.
Yeah, how'd you just get here, dude? I have no idea. I drove backwards.
Yeah, I reversed the whole way.
Or maybe you'll do such a good job, he'll offer you a job. Like,
Shit, that's somehow being a mechanic.
No,
That'd be
that-
a rough
that'd be
job.
tough.
But actually, you know what? Speaking of that, that's a dying breed from a standpoint of the old school where you could take it to the guy that's what he does for a living, where you're not getting fucked by a corporation and type of stuff. That's a dying
Yeah.
breed right there.
well, you
for
know,
sure.
and it's almost a dead breed. I think some places may have, not around here.
All right.
But you remember when we watched like the movie Duel and the guy goes into the
Yeah.
gas station? You know, you always had the attendant fill it up with, fill it up with ethyl.
Yeah.
But they would also clean your windshield.
Without a doubt, they still do that
you
in
didn't have to get out of
Wintersville.
your car.
There's a place on
really?
the backside of 43. It's Smith's gas
Smith,
station.
yeah.
They have a guy
Really?
that comes out and
Yeah.
pumps your gas for you.
And they had, I know exactly where you're talking about because there was another one I had to deliver something to take to one of those because it's just a real small place, and they said, yeah, there's just one guy works there, and they don't really have a store.
No, they don't.
Well,
You just go, you pay for your gas, and he comes, or no, he does it. Right?
He comes out.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I
So it
like
used to
that.
be
I-
that women never pumped their gas,
Nope.
right? That never was
No.
a thing. Correct.
100%.
Yeah, that's- I
Matter
was-
of fact, I'm sorry.
Well, no, I was just saying. I always thought that was I forgot that happened.
I know this is going to go because here we go. I don't know hate people, but just because it sounds chauvinistic, but a lot of times when men passed back in the day, it was such a big deal because the women didn't do any man things at all. So,
Oh,
yeah.
but it would be
So-
no different though because the women did all the quote unquote stereotypical woman jobs. So if a woman passed, then the male was kind of
guys don't
shafted
know how to-
because they didn't know how
Yeah.
to do anything either. So
Yeah,
it was
That
pretty
is
hardcore.
that is like an interesting thing. I know a lot of people, you in there cooking dinner and stuff. But if a dude was married to a woman and she died, what the hell is he gonna do?
Yeah, there
Without
wasn't
a doubt.
really like fast food or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
he's gonna eat bugs and sticks off the ground.
This says changing your brakes is a fairly easy process for the avid DIYer, and we rated 2 out of 5 wrenches in difficulty.
Are you
Yeah,
an
no,
avid DIY guy?
Oh, I think
I
very
know.
avid.
As far as what?
I try to do everything myself. I hate when
But
people
what?
have to do stuff.
Well,
for
don't
me.
say like raking leaves.
Well,
That's
no,
not
like
DIY.
That. Not like
No.
that, but like we built
That's
we
the
built
case, I'm
this.
good.
Like my dad and I built this. Built
Yeah, I
that
mean,
table.
my dad- we
built the deck
built it-
at the Pine Room.
Built this
the
deck.
bar.
Look at that nice bridge Mr. Doyle did.
Yeah, he's a
hey.
Yeah, see you did.
I
That
thought
shit,
you were an architect.
my dad, Mr. Fadul, built it, but we were there.
Yes,
we were
But you got an A on
you
it.
definitely got an A.
Your
Right?
dad,
got
Mr.
an A.
Fadul, got A's.
They got A's for sure. No doubt about it.
I
That would
love
be
it.
bottom of a couple. Well, you probably weren't.
We
old
were
then.
8th grade. We were 8th
Oh,
grade.
shit, that's okay.
Close
you were
enough.
getting close.
Close enough.
All right, I'm gonna quiz you guys about. So we're talking about he said there were no fast food restaurants. I want to see how much you guys think certain fast food items were when the restaurant opened back in time. So first off, we're going to start up with a bucket of chicken from KFC. How much is a bucket of chicken?
In what year?
When KFC opened, which, hold on.
Would that have been like in the 50s, you know?
I don't.
Yeah, let's see.
I know it's old school, though, but I don't know how old.
You know what I'd like to find
was,
out, Bob, after he says this?
let me see if I can find the date. 1969.
That's when the Colonel...
It contained 15 pieces of chicken, a pint of gravy, and biscuits.
Also, it's the whole meal.
The whole meal. How much do you think it cost? So
$3.29.
Now it's like $39.99, I think.
$3.29.
Okay,
I was going to go low. I was going to say $1.99, but that's probably too low. That's way too low.
I was going to say $1, but I think that might be too low too.
$2.50.
Dollar.
No shit.
The answer was $3.50. It was $3.50.
Hey,
Wait, you get
A bucket of chicken,
gravy
a pint of gravy, which I don't know what you're going to put it on because you don't get potatoes. I'm assuming you just put it on your chicken.
Dipping in the chicken.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's fun. That's going to be... Wonder how many calories that is.
It doesn't matter. It tastes good.
I'm assuming you're sharing it, though.
Yeah, like
Some people.
I mean, think about that. If you spend $50 at a KFC, you'd buy the whole restaurant out. I mean,
that's awesome.
Let's see. All right, I'm going to look up a Wendy's Frosty.
Like 2 pennies.
2
They
pennies.
just came out with a strawberry frosty.
I did see that. Yeah,
That sounds good.
All right. Well, so a Frosty back in 1969, same year that KFC opened up. Guess how much it was?
Do I get to go first again?
You can go first since you won.
19 cents.
Okay.
5 cents.
I'm gonna say a quarter.
My first guess or first thought was 59 cents, which I know that's
What'd
too
you
high.
say?
He said
19 cents.
What did you say?
I said a quarter.
It was 35 cents for a Frosty. It has become, since one of the chain's most popular items, selling over 300 million Frosties worldwide.
All right, real quick. So per capita, if you think about that, so you're getting a Frosty for how much?
35.
35 cents.
You're getting 15 pieces of chicken, gravy, and what else for $3? And I mean, my God, if you think about
$3.85
per capita, man, that to me that Frosty's kind of expensive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Well,
If you look in the
well,
big
how
picture
much
of
is it? Well, how much is a Frosty now?
99 cents, isn't it?
I haven't.
I don't even know.
Frosties at Wendy's is a classic Frosty. A medium Frosty is $2.
Damn,
That's insane.
that is a little insane. I
Yeah.
think that's a little. high.
What's a Frosty shake? Is that different?
I think it's the same thing.
No, this says a classic Frosty and a Frosty shake.
It's probably like a milkshake.
Yeah, maybe a shake. I don't know.
Man. Instead of like just
But what's
like a
the
little
difference
ice.
between a shake and a Frosty?
I don't fucking.
I-
I don't know.
Actually, I can tell you because
Yeah,
it's the thickness because
thickness.
that's what they sell on the thing.
Oh, because it's real thick.
Yeah, Frosty. If you, Frosty, you
daddy.
need a spoon to eat. Shake, you drink with a straw.
All right, then the last thing we'll do a Big Mac in 1980. How much is it worth?
on 1980.
Yeah,
So
I'm
it's
gonna say
99
I'm gonna
cents.
say $1 too.
I'm going 69 cents.
This I was a little surprised for. So now the average cost of a Big Mac is $5.17.
Jesus.
So if we do that math,
Wait, if it's $1, that'd probably be way too expensive.
I say 69
I don't know.
I'm gonna
cents.
say $1.
I'm gonna
In
say
1980
75 cents.
1980s it was $1.60.
Oh wow.
It was up there. You got to pay a little.
But they treated that like it was like a $5.
big-
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
like
Gold.
a
Yeah,
Big Mac.
that was the gold
Yeah.
standard of fast food sandwiches.
Yes.
wasn't
Did
it?
you
The
know?
burgers?
All right, what do you think is the least liked burger and least liked fry in the popular fast food chain between Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, Jack in the Box, or what's the fifth one?
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out.
Oh man, I think at least like fries is probably Wendy's.
Is this just an opinion?
No, it's a fact.
The least.
Least liked.
Yeah, I think Wendy's fries are least liked, and I think the Whopper is.
So you're saying Wendy's and McDonald's,
No, Wendy's and Burger King.
in the Whopper,
Yeah, the Whopper.
Wendy's and Burger King,
I would say Wendy's and Burger King. Yeah.
Wendy's and Burger King,
I would go Burger King. I don't know. I've never eaten the other two.
Jack in the Box, or In-N-Out.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
All right, so what would you just say if you could guess?
I would go with some of the newer chains. So I'm going to go In-N-Out.
Okay.
I was going to say In-N-Out for the burger and Burger King fries.
Both Burger
So-
King. People don't like Burger King fries or.
Well, that's because Burger King uses real meat, so people probably don't like it as much.
Do they use
real meat?
Yeah,
really?
don't they claim that? Isn't
No,
it?
that's Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Oh.
Well, no, Wendy's.
Nothing
I don't even
frozen.
think.
Nothing
Wendy's
frozen.
doesn't even
I thought
claim
Burger
that. I
King
guess.
was always like, we use
Nothing-
100%
always
beef.
I don't
You
know.
might be
where's the
right on
beef?
that. Yeah, what's that from?
Wendy's.
Wendy's,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the beef?
Big Dave.
Isn't
back
that
in the
old
day.
bitch that was on that?
No, Big
Yeah.
Dave.
That
No,
Big
it was the
Dave,
old bit.
yeah.
Where's the beef?
yeah, where's the beef?
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's right.
McDonald's is like
But
pig
big,
slime.
Big Dave's double. I'm gonna tell you this right now. You throw me those. Well, you throw one of the.
Where were we talking about that before on a podcast?
I think so. Maybe you put one of those in front of
Yeah.
me.
You don't know how to act.
When's the last time
Put
you
that-
had a Dave's double?
Oh boy, it's been a while. Actually, I'll tell you what. I had a day. I've been trying to watch what I eat, at least at a regular degree. But the last day that I had I was like, this is gonna be the last day that I eat like shit. So I ordered a Dave's double, a 4-piece chicken nugget, a medium fry, Chinese, and
Jesus Christ.
In one sitting?
in one other thing, and I ate it all.
Real quick though, in one sitting though.
No,
right?
I don't think I ate it all in one sitting, but I went back and forth to everything.
What'd you start off with? Just out of curiosity.
Well, I went with Dave's double because I knew that if that gets cold, then I'm not going to like it as much. So I went with Wendy's first. Wendy's went from Dave's double to nuggets to fries, and then I went to the Chinese because I can always heat Chinese up. Chinese to me is the most redeemable food when you reheat it.
Because they do say
I
cat
agree.
cooks up way better the second time around.
Yeah, it falls apart.
Without
Yeah.
I got a question
At
for
the
you guys.
bone.
I got a question for you real quick before you go to break. When you have if you have a sandwich and fries,
Dude, this is what I was going to ask.
Do
Go
you
ahead.
eat the sandwich first and then the fries, or do you eat do you eat them like simultaneously?
I'm a combo guy.
Are you a combo guy?
A bite and a bite and a bite and a bite.
Jared, that's so...
Every
I swear to
time.
God, dude, I was going to ask
That's
the
what made
fucking
me- That's what
question.
made me
It's
think of it when
crazy.
you said that. What do you eat
Well, you
first?
don't do
Yep.
it
So
that
you're
way?
like an
I'm-
alternator.
I am hands down an alternator.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
matter of
not.
fact,
Alternator
not
here.
to be like a fat fucking pig, but maybe like a bite and a bite.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, you get a little both.
like a
yeah.
combo.
Yeah, like not like a fucking food falling on my mouth,
Well,
fat pig
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing, but like a bite and a bite. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
no, I'm opposite.
You guys-
I go sandwich then like fries.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do that too. I
Well,
clear
you
the
eat whole-
sandwich.
really?
Clear the sandwich, and then I just.
See, I think
Yeah.
you're diminishing the meal.
I think so, too. I think you got to break up the taste every once in
Yeah,
a while.
well,
that.
and like
Yeah.
I'll maybe sneak one in like
Sneak a fry,
here
yeah.
and there, but I'm more of a like last night I had some hot dogs and some fries. I ate the hot dogs first.
Well,
and then
hot
had
dog's
the fries.
small
No,
enough. I
that doesn't
think-
make sense to me.
Well, actually, to go a little bit further, are you guys big drinkers when you eat?
I can't eat without it.
I
I cannot do it.
Here's what
can't.
I dislike, and it pisses me off when people do it. And my dad is one of these people that does it. They'll have a giant bite of food and take their drink, and then drink while the food's in their mouth.
Like on a hot dog. eating
That to
hot dog.
me grosses me
I
out big
respect
time.
that.
Like
I
that
do
grosses me.
respect.
Like thinking of having a mouthful of a burger and then a mouthful of Coke at the same time grosses me out. Now, if it's water, that's a little bit different because it's just water, but still.
I'll see. I thought you were more meaning from a standpoint of. So you're talking about the combo deal in your mouth is gross, or somebody just being a pig.
Well,
and-
just both that too.
Then
I mean,
particles of food fall back down in
that
his drink.
that too grosses me out.
Well, actually, I'm going to because I know it's a delicate thing from a standpoint of how the coordination fact works with that. But to me, I think if you have a good food along with a good drink, that combo deal going down
Yeah.
is a little bit. But I agree with it because it's
I think
a
it's
fine
just
line.
gross.
It's a fine line.
Yeah.
The science of eating a fast food meal,
Yeah,
But do you guys have to eat? Like, is there certain things that you won't drink, like with a meal? Like, because there are some things that I will not
Like
eat
milk?
and
Yeah, I
have
think like milk.
water with. Like I couldn't eat.
My
like
dad's
a,
the exact same way.
I can't, like, if I just say, for instance, if I had a lunch, like if I had a chipped ham sandwich, I'd either have to have unsweet iced tea. I'd even drink orange juice or soda before I drank water with something like that.
You need something with flavor with it, huh?
Yes.
That's very
kind
fair.
of clean the palate.
Like for my dinner though, like I can probably 99% of the things I can drink
Yeah.
water with. Like if I had pizza and water, that I'm fine with.
yeah.
I the only thing food group that I cannot it's an oxymoron in my world is I cannot do breakfast food with water. Like
No?
I have to have
Like
something.
an OJ.
All right.
Totally agree. I can't.
I
I've
cannot
never done it.
cannot do water with the breakfast.
yeah,
Nope.
I understand that.
Nope.
To
Same
answer your
with
question,
you.
it can be anything but water. Like I'd probably drink a pop. And I'm not even a big pop
in the
guy.
Morning?
I'm not even a big pop guy, but I'd probably choose pop before I would water.
No.
No?
He used to, I'll never forget this. Like, because we used to go to his house and his mom would take us to school every morning. So we go hang out at his house in the morning and then get in the car and go to school. And every morning he would have Burger King and a Pepsi every morning. McDonald's.
It wasn't my choice, though. I'm just being fed. I didn't know any better.
And I remember when somebody called that out the first time and you were like,
I didn't know. I was like, what's weird about that? I had no idea.
Drinking a Pepsi at 7:30 in the morning. I've done that before, though. It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's not like it's just
it wakes you up. It gets you going. Yeah, it gets you going.
Oh my god.
No, I think I'm not a mixer of food, so that's probably to do with some of my.
Get that.
Say's a big mixer. Say you get like a chicken sandwich, a mac and cheese, and that. If he gets the mac and cheese, it's going right on top of that sandwich. And he'll put barbecue sauce all over it.
Yeah, he is.
He, our waitress at Longhorn, we go a lot, and she knows now.
He said a lot.
She knows now. She'll go say what he's eating, and then he'll usually say the Outlaw, which is this big ass dinosaur steak that is just humongous, and she'll say, "Would you like mashed potatoes on the plate?" Because they come on a separate plate, but he always asks for them on the same plate. And she goes, on the same plate? And he goes, yep. And but no, I'm a big water guy and everything. I don't drink any meal with another drink. No? It's just water.
So you're powering down Dave's double with a water?
Yeah, I think it makes me feel a little better about myself, I think, because I know I eat like an animal to begin with.
Do you like drinking while eating? Like drinking a beer with food? Well, you don't like beer.
I don't like beer, so I don't.
That's like something. Beer. Yeah, I'm not a big beer drinker.
I'll do that when I'm at the Pine Room.
Yeah,
because we're drinking. And, you have a hot dog or whatever we're eating up there.
It makes me too full, man. Like drinking beer alone makes me super full.
And I feel like it doesn't refresh me. I feel like
I get that. I do. I get that.
Real quick, and then we'll go to break here. One thing I don't understand about beer drinkers is, how do you continue to drink and drink and drink and drink? Like I've drank like pop before, and after like one, I'm like, my stomach feels loaded right now. Like I feel like I'm gonna vomit if I like chug a pop or something carbonated. But you get beer drinkers just go and go and go. It's incredible.
Well, I guess beer's not like as carbonated as a pop is. Like I would
still. I mean, if you think if you drink 18,
it's a very good question. Because I don't know. Do we just become seasoned?
Yeah,
is that a really horrible thing?
We piss a lot. With drunk.
How many ounces are in a pound?
Over.
Huh? 16 ounces in a pound.
Yeah. 16 ounces in a pound. So.
For you marijuana dealers out there.
Yeah.
So let's do, if it's, what is it, 6 ounce beer? Is that what they are?
12
ounce beer.
Did you just say 6 ounce fucking
beer?
Yeah,
wait, Jesus, what's 6 ounces? What can you drink?
A mini beer?
A baseball is 6 ounces.
Shot.
What am I thinking?
Oh, there you go. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
right? Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, so 12, let's say you have 15 beers. So 12 times 15.
Oh, Jesus.
Is
180?
180. So 180 divided by 16. Hold on, math.
The suspense.
180 divided by 16. Isn't that 11 pounds? Because 16 ounces is a pound.
Mm-hmm.
So 11
remember,
pounds.
You're not first and foremost, that's not all sitting on you at once. Because you remember you're peeing still.
It's cycling through you.
Uh-huh.
But how quick does that cycle through you, though?
Pretty quick.
It certainly seems.
Have you seen Rodney?
Yeah.
Rodney will pee 50 times.
And you believe that breaking the seal was a real thing?
Yes. I do.
Definitely.
Or do you just wait until you're literally going to explode and then...
It's real.
To me, it is.
But there's times where I'll drink for maybe 3 hours steadily, and then I finally go take a leak, and I'm like, man, I've been at this for a while. It's the first time but when you say break the seal, then once you do it, are you doing it again 15 minutes later?
No, that's not. I just think then it becomes more routine than it was for the first time. It's not like every
Placebo.
Placebo.
All right, we're going to take a quick break.
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, just got done grinding the gnar out there on the surf. Figured I'd get my rounds in on the old skatey board. What's up with that totally lame drip drop you're wearing, man? You gotta get fresh, my homie. Good thing the Pine Room Shop has some sick new merch to splurge out on this summer. Look at this sick new fanny pack to keep my snacky poos in. Oh, and these swim trunks? Yeah, Pine Room Shop's got them too. How about these sick Pine Room slide flippity flops for my little footsies? Yeah, go to the Pine Room Shop right now, my home slice, and get that new gear. Cha! I'm gonna go throw down a boneless backside burley. Hopefully I don't break my brain bucket. Later, dude.
All right, so last podcast I got laughed at because I said I looked up the world's deadliest animals, which is out of nowhere. But I just looked up the national dishes of countries, and I want to.
Hold on, what was the title again?
National dishes, the top 10 national dishes of countries.
Dishes, got you.
Not
Paschetti.
Oh yeah. All right, so I want to quiz you guys. I want to run some quizzes here.
Yeah,
all
everybody listening, you can
play
too.
Along at home. So
we expect you to write down your answers and then send them in.
All right. So
Email them to us.
This is I'm just gonna tell you the name of the name of the dish, what it is, and you have to tell me where it's from.
Oh, okay.
This is going to be difficult.
All right. Beef bulgogi, fire meat, is a dish of thinly sliced prime cuts of meat marinated in a mixture of soy sauce, sesame oil, garlic, onions, ginger, sugar, and wine, and then grilled. It is often eaten wrapped in lettuce or spinach leaves and accompanied by kimchi.
Ireland.
What was it called? Beef?
Bulgogi.
Iceland.
Poland.
Hungary.
Poland.
Ireland.
Iceland.
Hungary.
It is Korea.
Well,
Korea.
Okay.
Kimchi's a bit of a giveaway there.
Yeah, I thought kimchi definitely.
All right, here we go.
Bulgogi sounded like a
This is
Polish.
a term that everybody knows. Goulash. Goulash, also spelled Gulyas, Magyar for herdsman, became a national dish in the late 1800s when this place's peoples sought symbols of national identity to distinguish them from their partners in another place. A filling beef stew of vegetables, red onions, and spices, goulash gets its flavor from the use of slow-cooked beef shin or similarly richly flavored cuts in paprika.
Turkey.
Russia.
South Korea.
I hate to go back to back, but I'm 100% it's Hungarian, right?
It is Hungary.
Oh,
ding, ding,
damn.
ding. Yeah.
Why'd you say Hungary for the first
one?
Okay.
Yeah. How'd you know that?
A neighbor used to cook.
I was going to say, I didn't think you were Hungarian.
I've heard of it.
I'm
I
Irish.
thought for sure that was Ruski.
All right, we'll do two more. Now, this is the easy one. Roast beef and Yorkshire pudding.
Oh, that's Ireland for sure. Or not Ireland, or fucking England.
Yeah, England.
UK.
This is literally the name of the place, Irish stew. All right, here we go. Wiener Schnitzel. Made from the finest ingredients and served fresh, this simple dish of pounded veal cutlets, breaded and lightly fried in Blank's Food Ambassador. Despite the dish's Italian origins, they typically eat Wiener Schnitzel garnished with parsley and lemon slices alongside potato salad.
Where does it get the name Wiener from?
Germany.
That's what I was gonna guess. Same
Germany.
I think it's Switzerland.
Oh.
I know it's Western Europe for sure,
England.
or Eastern Europe. I mean,
England.
You guys are in the right area. Austria. Austria. Yeah.
I thought Swiss because it would be like it was Italian, and then you go up to Switzerland.
All right, last one. Pot au feu. Originally a rustic dish that was stewed continuously all winter and topped up as needed, pot au feu, or pot in the fire, is a warming, fragrant dish of stewing steak, root vegetables, and spices. Traditionally, cooks sieve the broth and serve it separately from the meat.
Somewhere cold.
O'Doyle rolls, Ireland.
Greenland.
Greenland, that's a nice guy. Like
Pot
that.
au feu.
That shit out of your ass.
I think it's
A
French.
few sounds French, but that doesn't seem like a French dish. I want to say that's like Norwegian or Swedish. I want to say Norway.
And it is French.
Oh.
Because that last.
Yeah,
what was
nice.
it?
Good work, Chris.
A few.
A few.
Yeah, something
Pot
a
à
few.
few.
Ah, very nice.
That
Pot à
doesn't, seem, that
few.
doesn't seem French though. I feel like French is like a light, like
snails.
snail. Yeah, like escargot.
Hey,
Yeah,
were you
cargo.
were you on the show last week?
No, sir. This is my first time in like 3 weeks.
Who was
back,
here
Jeff.
then?
It was me.
Us
It was
four and say.
Yeah, Say was here.
Oh, say okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you guys a question based on last week's show about what country is home to the cum burger that we talked about last week.
I think that's it.
Let me
explain that.
back up. I'm glad I wasn't on the show last week.
Oh wait.
Well, you have to explain. it.
Yeah, there was I think it was a Sonic.
I don't know how
like
he found
marquee.
it.
And I was
picture
scrolling on
of a
Twitter,
Sonic
and
marquee.
the Sonic marquee. Somebody, I don't know, if took it off or blew off, and it just said, "Enjoy our cum burger." CUM burger.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's where that came from.
Yeah.
So it was we
The-
got
the
to know good childish.
What would be the national dish of? I was going to say Slobovia, but that seems wrong.
What? That
Yeah, it would be the cum burger of Slobovia. Slobovia is that's an Easter egg to our radio show.
I'm gonna look up like good marquee bloopers because that's probably the best one I've ever heard. This says wash and vacuum senior citizens, $15.95. I'll have to pull them up. I'll pull them up. You guys talk about
Wash and vacuum like you vacuum the back of a senior citizen. Why did I say that? Citizen. I got a little southern. I got a little southern drawl.
What do you think the meal is for America?
burger and fries.
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking
what is
was
the
burger
national?
and
Probably
burger and fries.
Burger and fries.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Well, it's just a burger, but
Burger, and then the dessert is an apple pie, I guess. I don't know. I would think, right?
Apple pie.
Yeah, 100%. I would say that's as
Or a
American as American can be.
Apple pie or a bomb pop.
Hot, warm apple pie.
Man, I love a good popsicle.
Do you really?
Oh, I fucking love popsicles. That a freeze pop, the like in the plastic tubes and suck the ice out.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I get it.
Suck
No.
the ice out. I'd suck the ice
The family's
out.
popsicle
Oh,
people. I like popsicles. I just don't
freeze
love
pops.
them.
You know what was the best snack growing up was them cereal straws that we used to get.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
get like
yeah, and you like drink milk with them.
Yeah.
And then eat it afterwards,
yeah,
right?
What was those
It was
called?
awesome.
I guess just cereal straws.
I think it is just
Frosty
cereal
Flake
straws.
straw or like a cinnamon toast crunch straw.
I don't want to dwell on it, but I was, because we laughed about the Urban Dictionary at one time, and the definitions on this Urban Dictionary for cum burgers. I'm fucking crying.
You gotta read one, Chris.
I don't know if you'll be able. We might get deleted. Joe, did you find any?
I'm trying to look at some of these. There's really not any like the one we were just talking about.
Jesus.
Now hiring full-time losers. Try our new demon flesh.
Demon flesh.
Jesus.
Yeah, there's not any really.
What would make you want to
to
pull into that Wendy's and eat?
Demon flesh.
Yeah, delicious. Delicious demon flesh.
I can see Chris's.
I didn't.
Can you drop one at all, Chris?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, shit.
It doesn't matter. We're an adult podcast.
Right. I just let me get a pretty funny one here.
Yeah, we're adult. If you haven't looked at Urban
We're all
Dictionary,
friends here.
go look at Urban
All right,
Dictionary.
cum burger.
Oh boy,
This is the sexual act of taking a man's jizz, putting it on an unsuspecting person's cheeseburger, and having them eat it and telling them it's mayonnaise.
That's a killer.
And that's one of like seven or
Now,
eight.
what would you do if somebody did that to you?
I gotta hurt you.
be pissed?
I'll be honest with you.
yeah.
Those are you're throwing hands.
Yeah,
like
you
there's
gotta,
no
like,
fucking question
that's
asked.
not
You're
even,
throwing
that's
hands.
not even a joke.
Matter of fact, you're not a man if you don't throw hands at
Yeah.
people.
You gotta
Every
fight.
time I see you, we are fighting.
What if
No matter
what if they
what.
did tell you, "Went, boy, this is good. Where'd you
great."
get this?"
Actually, what do you guys think? How much fucked up shit do you think that people do to cops' food?
Oh,
yeah,
that's a good question.
Like, I guarantee they're not above doing that shit.
No.
Like some fucking
Dude,
And
dickhead.
That's
that
scary.
worries me too. Like if that ever had happened to me, just like if a chef's having a bad day, like if he's having a bad day and I order something that maybe he doesn't want to make, and it just feels like hawking a loogie in my like. It's horrible.
Here's the deal. I'm going to look it up. You guys keep on. I think it's against the law, obviously.
Yeah,
but I want to say it's a serious offense if you do it to law enforcement.
I bet it happens more than we think.
See, I agree.
Yeah,
because they know who's coming through the drive-thru.
But a lot of those burgers, you would never know that it was tampered with.
No
would
way.
you?
Yeah.
I wonder if like not like
That's
attempted,
gross.
not like attempted murder, but like
I was gonna say,
could it be like assault on an officer almost?
Well, if you spit on somebody, it's an assault.
So if you
spit on their burger,
here's some grossest things found in food: black widow in a bag of grapes, frog in a bag of frozen vegetables, condom in a Big Mac,
Ew.
Oh, that's gross.
condom in fries, mouse in a loaf of bread, cockroach in hash browns.
Chicken head.
Chicken head in a Happy
I've seen
Meal.
that before, I think.
Yeah.
Ew, mouse in a soda. That's horrible.
Mouse in a curry jar, rat in baked beans,
Yeah.
dead frog in a can of Pepsis, serrated knife in a Subway sandwich, razor and ice cream.
So do you think that people intentionally did that? I mean, you get like a production line. Where were they?
That's
Well, how's this one? What?
Tampon.
In a steak?
fucking gross.
But the one above said blood and tacos.
Yeah. I don't know how anybody could possibly.
Scorpion and a bunch of bananas.
Let's see.
Scorpions are scary.
They are scary.
Yeah. Syringes in a burger, worm in a cake, mouse in a dole salad, metal stuffed donut, tooth in a block of cheese, and a rat in a box of KFC.
You think about the shit though that goes beyond where people are in a kitchen. I mean, that's honestly
What a place. What a place it is.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I think cops. Yeah.
You think they get the back end of a lot of stuff?
I do. I really do. That's just such a
terrible.
dick move.
It
Such
is.
a dick. Because you don't like somebody's profession. That's a dick move, man.
Anything on this news?
But then they would do it. But then they would turn around and want the cop to help them.
100%, right?
Anything on the news sheet that we want to hit on? We talked about some of this on the radio show today.
Well, I didn't get to hear much of it. I want to ask this, and you guys would know. I saw a link to it, but I didn't pursue it. NBC Sports fires A's Glenn Culper. Is that the announcer? Did he make a reference to racial thing or something?
He dropped the
he said, it was pretty
dropped
bad.
it.
Yeah,
it was pretty bad.
But was he quoting somebody?
No,
I think he fucked up.
They went to the Negro League Museum, and he said that hard. I mean, he dropped it. He said the wrong word. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, bad.
What's the guy's name?
I apologize. I don't know.
What was his name?
Glenn Culper. Kulper.
Okay, I'm gonna look him up. But
I mean, you got to be smarter than that.
Yeah,
well, here's the deal.
Even if he was quoting something.
Here's what I'll tell you. You know that he uses it in his language then.
Yeah,
that's part of his normal everyday language if he's throwing that out there like that.
Yeah,
sure.
and it was like, and the thing is too, he was on camera. It wasn't like they were showing the game too. Like it made it so much worse. Because it was like it's like how like the beginning of the game, how like Greg Brown will come on the TV.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Did he react as if like he?
No, everybody just kind of like
they both just kept talking.
Yeah,
just to play it off.
Yeah, it was just a dumb. It's just so stupid.
Killed his career.
If you
fucking
do that,
dumb. It's your fault though.
You
it's
know
your
you're
fucking idiot.
As soon as you do it, you might as well just walk off.
How about this one? I looked this up. Man steals ruby slippers, and this goes back to the Wizard of Oz, the ruby reds. And can you believe? Now, granted, they're worth like at the time it was stolen, it was back in the day. But moral story, they're worth like, which I can't believe this. They're worth $3.5 million.
The ones Judy Garland wore.
Yes, they're worth $3.5 million. But can you believe our hard-earned tax dollars? There was an FBI sting operation to get these back.
Yeah, I just looked it up. That's the first thing that popped up. FBI. Ruby slippers
and
recovered.
FBI, our government money is fucking going to try to get ruby reds. So that's fucking horrible.
Yeah, it is.
Cools, would you call the FBI to get anything back from anybody?
No.
Yeah, I knew you would.
Wow, that is amazing.
Well, this one pisses me off. The parent attacks referee at basketball game.
Actually, I looked at that.
We talked about that on the radio.
What happened?
Well, I guess I'm not sure the details on it, but all I know is that a fan came out of the stands and just threw hands with the referee.
Fucking broke his nose. The dude was elderly. Like, it was an older referee. It was an 8th grade basketball game. You're just a dick, man.
He should never be allowed to go to another fucking basketball game.
Actually, anything.
No.
Anything.
And did the guy get arrested?
I don't know.
Here's the thing, and we've mentioned this on the podcast or on the radio. I said this: a youth game or a youth event is for the youth. It's for them to experience what it's like for the spotlight to be on them. And all that I get from a parent coming out of the stands to do that to a referee is they still want the attention on them.
That's a good point, Joe.
Look at me.
It's a really
look
good
at
point.
me. And I absolutely cannot stand the fact that you can't let your kid experience what it's like to maybe have a bad call called on them.
Mm-hmm.
Like it teaches you that you don't get everything in life, even if it's just the sport, not I don't know.
But how stupid is the parent to react that way for an 8th grade?
It's
so
because
it is
to them
stupid.
That's the whole world. To them, there's nothing beyond this game.
And you know what?
Right
and
now.
then they'll go talk to their friends or whatever. Hey, my son or my grand, you should have seen that game.
Yeah,
we beat the Island Tigers 10-9.
Yeah.
My grandson had a grand slam.
Yeah,
Nobody gives a fuck.
No.
Yeah.
And these kids, and I'll bring this. You guys played. Who was the main travel team you guys played for?
The Thunder.
Okay, Thunder. And I remember when Emily played just on that Rebel team for travel basketball. It was a small scale thing. I can remember one game that her team won, and it was the very last game that her group got to play together before they went to high school. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
All we did was
Yeah.
have fun. Like probably when you did
100%.
baseball, you
Yep.
go with the parents, have fun. You guys, you made lifelong friends.
Absolutely.
You had fun. You don't. I mean, sure you wanted to win, but if you didn't, so what?
Well said, Chris. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Now, I remember one game we came from a travel tournament, and I think we got second place. Emily took her. You get a stupid medal.
Yeah.
Whipped it out the window. I didn't care. She goes, Dad, this is dumb.
That's awesome.
It doesn't mean
That's
it doesn't.
I mean,
it
That's
means
why I love
nothing.
her. I think it's fucking
it means
awesome.
nothing.
It
I mean,
doesn't.
you don't look at that medal and go, boy, I really loved earning that. No, you think about all the things that you've done outside of that medal.
And that whole thing is too, and I agree with what you were saying, is as a young adult growing up or whatever, learning how to deal with adversity, but also you're there to be part of a team and interact and develop personal skills, just how to relate to people and become friends with kids you don't really know. And it's more of like a developmental type of thing. Who gives a fuck about the games and the results?
Actually, that's so funny. Jubb said that about it's more off the field, and I was thinking about this the other day when I was outside doing something, just because I think the West Loop baseball was playing, and I kept thinking, I miss playing. I miss playing baseball, but I miss so much just like going to the CAF after practice with my friends, with my teammates, going to the CAF, mess around in the hotels. Like I miss that so much more than playing the game, actually, just because that's what it's all about, really. I mean, yeah, sure, I remember like the wins and doing well, but that is what I miss so much. It's just being with my friends every day.
We always hear retired athletes will say that.
That's what I was.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
Like,
that's exactly where I was going with that.
Oh,
Yep,
I
100%.
just going out to
do you
eat.
miss it? Well, no, not really. But I miss the locker room.
Camaraderie with the boys and stuff like that.
It's just in the moment you don't really think about it until you're done with it, and it's like, man, that shit was awesome. We were like kings, so it was great.
Yeah, because you probably don't miss. Go ahead.
No. The funny part about it is you're probably at that time of life you're more caught up in the wins and losses.
Yes.
And then when you leave it, you're more caught up in fuck, man, it was more about the camaraderie of the guys.
Like now, looking back now, I wish I could do it again and like kind of relish that, like, but it just kind of, I don't know.
I get that.
And you think about what that parent probably fought about. Maybe it was like a travel call or like a bad charge or something or whatever. But then you think about all the stuff that you do in your career. I could never remember a bad strike called or a bad ball call when I was pitching. But now that kid's going to remember that because my dad came out of the stands and punched the referee in the mouth. Like, that's going to be a stain on his memories of the sport. It's going to be a stain on other teammates, on the fans, because it's all about the dude that did it. He doesn't care about anybody else. He's just concerned about himself.
I wonder if that guy's very remorseful. Like, Jesus, I overreacted.
He probably
some people think, no, that ref deserved it.
Yeah. The guy's just there trying to make an extra
paid
buck.
Shit to referee a game and take all that abuse.
And if he's an older guy, he's probably just there because he likes the sport. He's probably just there to enjoy his time in retirement.
The unfortunate part, it might even be the extreme where he's there because he has to have the money.
Yeah,
and here's some dickhead that's beating the fuck out of here, broken nose, blah blah blah, this and that. I
wish they had certain rules in place for fan behavior, regardless if it's baseball, basketball, whatever, even like pee-wee football. It's like, and if you had, and I know it's probably unrealistic to have a couple of cops there or whatever, but just leave the referees and the other team alone. You don't yell at obscenities, you don't bitch at the refs, or else you're gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just cheer your kid on.
Right? That's it. You're gone.
Exactly.
If you disagree with the call, okay, a quick boo or whatever, but don't.
Says a witness told Wayne 15, which is the news source, that the parent was complaining about foul calls, and after speaking to the referee was asked to leave the game. When the official attempted to get help in removing the parent, the man got in his face and grabbed the referee, according to witness who said the parent was escorting him out of the venue and did not return. The witness claimed they showed officers the video of the incident. There's a video of it, and it's just...
I don't even want to see it.
It's just stupid.
I hate looking at these
Some
things.
hillbilly and...
Can you imagine, though, being that guy? I'm not the referee, that guy.
I hope...
Like, can you imagine at the end, and I agree, he probably has no regret or this and that, like, or being that dude's son, like, has to go to school the next day. Right. I mean,
or just what does he do after they separate him from the referee, and then he's still on the court, like they're kind of like, does he feel like, God, I just made an act, because everybody's looking,
without a doubt, right?
And like
I feel
does he feel good about it?
Bag man, such a douche.
What a dick.
Unbelievable.
Well, yeah. Anything more uplifting we can talk about? Or
well, actually, I thought this was super cool. Kid Rock donates to the ex-Marines defense. I thought that was pretty cool because at the end of the day,
he's a badass.
I think that dude's getting a raw... It goes back to what we talked about. I think it might have been the last time I was on the podcast. Remember, we talked about nowadays it's so crazy if you by chance were on the street and you were watching a fight and somebody was getting the piss beat out of them. Back in the day, you wouldn't think twice about jumping it, but now how crazy people are with guns and you can get killed and shot, this and that. This dude stepped up to the mic and was actually technically protecting more than just himself, protecting a lot of other people. And the dude's getting, I mean, they're trying to press charges or trying to say that, I mean, it's just absurd, man. Feel bad for the dude.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I mean, you try to do something good and
you get fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
That should be a shirt.
There you go, right?
Do something good, you get fucked.
Well, did you like, and I can't remember the guy's name, the guy that got the hole-in-one on Sunday? The club pro
Brock.
Michael. Was that on that one place where they throw the beer?
No, that's Liv.
But I didn't realize. Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
He dunked it right in.
It.
Wait, it didn't even hit the ground?
It didn't hit the grass. It went right in the cup.
Straight in. Well, this guy, I didn't know. We were celebrating Derek's birthday. We were at his mom's house. And we had it on live, but I didn't know the background. This guy's just a club pro.
Yeah, he's just
okay. So the funny part about it, I know all about his story, but I didn't realize he made a hole-in-one
because because he had three more, and they said if he shot a certain score, he gets invited back to the PGA.
Yep. He gets another
so he ended up. Well, he made the hole in one on maybe 15, and he had three more to go, and he made a pretty damn good shot out of a bad lie, and I think he ended up parring the hole. So he gets invited back next year, but he instantly became
emotional.
And won the crowd favorite too.
They loved it. They loved it.
But I did not know until the next day that he was the club professional.
Dude, I'll be honest with you, that makes that story way better because if you sit there, if you have any type of heart or soul and you listen to that dude talk and you can't root for somebody like that, you're a fucking idiot. Because honestly, he got all emotional, man. Like he was overwhelmed with the moment.
Yeah.
They were talking about who was going against that Rom.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how he's beating them, and I don't know the tie to that guy. And the other thing, the lady that was interviewing him said, hey, the fact of the matter, if you make the cut, and she broke it down on how much per lesson times, what was it again?
It was like
whatever he charges per lesson.
Yep.
And she did the math for him, and he looks at her and goes, that's a lot of money. Like he made like $322,000.
Did he?
Wow.
Yeah, super badass, man. That's good shit.
He's 46. I didn't know he was 46.
I didn't know that
old.
either. Huh?
Amazing the purse.
I hope he
on the
gets
PGA.
like
That was
a big
cool.
Nike deal or something.
Fucking
Yeah.
A, right?
I thought of that too. I thought, man, because the way he just seemed so humble and just so gracious and was just so happy to be where he was and what he had called, and the crowd loved him.
Yeah.
It made me feel good. I thought, man, maybe the sponsors will roll in for that guy.
Yeah, it couldn't have happened.
We'll
to a better
sponsor
dude.
Pine Room. That's what Pine Room Podcast.
Yeah,
Were you going to say
send us
something, Jump?
beer.
I was gonna say maybe that'll be you one day.
Oh man, dude, I would go nuts.
You're
You
about
went-
one more
what-
round of golf being kicked out of this. We already talked
Well,
about
hey, he went on a big golf trip
Nah.
this past weekend.
And I was horrible.
Yeah, how'd you do?
I shot in the hundreds both days.
Well,
it.
here's what doesn't help. He's
yeah.
in the middle of his golf trip, and we're thinking, hey, he must be having pretty fun. You don't wonder how he's doing. And then he'll send a snap of him taking fireball shots.
Yeah.
It's like, no wonder you're not, you're not doing well.
We're teeing up off beer cans and stuff. Like
Yeah.
we pop,
Where was
tea
this
in the
at?
beer. It's called Rocky Gap. It's a little past Deep Creek. Rocky Gap
Okay,
State Park.
all right.
Well,
Yeah,
I know
but
my
they-
partner in crime, unfortunately, he's showing his age because goddamn he steps off a goddamn sidewalk and hurts his back.
Oh,
I
yeah.
maybe need to revisit my
Rodney?
guy.
Yeah, Rodney's back is a mess right now. He was.
But he's
walking-
pretty good.
Yeah,
He is
he
good.
played well. He might need banned. I'm telling you.
No.
Yeah, of course
no.
you're saying no.
He might
No.
need banned from the tournament.
Hey,
but-
hush your mouth.
What they
goddamn.
were doing? What do you see any videos? What they were doing? They put the tea inside the beer, lay it on its side, and then hit, and then it would be basically like a shot, kind of like a shotgun.
Yeah. Then you pick it up and shotgun it. And Rodney was going to do it with us, and you're supposed to hit the ball. He absolutely smashes the beer. The beer goes everywhere. Picks it
when
up,
you
it's
sent that,
empty.
I knew he was going to hit
He wasn't
that.
even close.
There was no way he was
It
hitting
was
that
hole
ball.
18, so he was like,
Yeah, once you got to 18, where you had to be
yeah,
smashed.
we were seeing 3 cans. On
Yeah,
the
there's
ground.
no way.
It sounds like fun. Good for you guys.
Yeah, it was
How long? How long do you think it would take for me and Say to play 18 holes?
Oh,
All day.
7 to 8 hours.
Yeah, it'd be all day.
I mean,
You know
and
what?
you try to find lost balls.
All right. We'll say we'll have unlimited balls.
Oh God, even longer.
Oh, so if you hit one, it could be in play, but it's kind of you hit it pretty
you just
far.
drop another one.
We
Yeah,
just put
you're-
one
you're-
down. Yeah.
Just you two.
Then that wouldn't be crazy. Then I don't think it'd be crazy. No, I don't think
4
it'd be. I don't
hours?
think it'd be 8. 4 hours is normal for somebody that would be like him,
Decent.
right? So I'd say
Yeah,
double.
but they're just
8?
dropping.
I'd say double.
I would get if it took 8 hours. By the time I got to hour 6, I would be on.
You'd
Hour
shoot in the
6,
200s, like 200.
Well, I know I would.
Yeah.
But that's not as bad as that girl from
West Liv, right?
What'd she shoot? 3
West
something?
Liv
She
in
a plus.
Concord, I think, that was shot like 350.
Hey,
Yeah,
speaking of West Liv, I know we've been talking a shit ton about this today, but I want to get your thoughts on this and your thoughts on this, and Chris, because you talked about it a little bit on the radio. Them basically liquidating the tennis program. What are your thoughts?
Yeah,
Well, Jarrett and I talked, and he filled me in a little bit, and you guys are way more in the know about West Liberty stuff. The question I asked Jarrett was, it sounds to me like what I read, most Division II schools house about 16 sports. So West Liberty was already a little bit heavy. So my question,
where's West Liberty at?
they were like 18. Which took away 2, which took them down to the normal 16. I don't know the history or the pride behind the golf program, but he told me it was 80 years.
Yeah.
So there has to be other sports that have come after the 80th mark that are maybe not doing as well that they could have pulled the trigger on, in my opinion.
And it's not even like and like we talk about the radio, and I was talking about how Hannah, she just finished up her track career. She was a thrower, and throwing in track is a lot different than running track. Throwing for track meets for them, and she's going to correct me if I'm wrong here. They have to travel 2, 3, 4 hours to the next school to do any sort of track meet because it's such schools don't have the facility for an immense track meet. So they had to go 2, 3 hours. And I'm thinking, if they're like nixing tennis, which I'm assuming there's a lot of places to play tennis. And I don't know about other schools, but you got to think you almost have other things in the headlights for things that could potentially be, sliced from the program.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is what made them pick tennis? Like of all the sports, why was tennis the one that? What was the criteria for them?
Well,
picking
and
tennis?
apparently nobody's really fessing up to who made the decision.
Well,
Imagine
you
that, right?
mentioned that on the radio. Was there an announcement or an article in the paper about it? And talking about the reasons why?
No,
Did anybody make a statement?
The article was really, really, really bad. It just was like it said from Kathy Monterosa, and it's not her decision. It was not her decision, but the statement was just like, yeah, we're sorry about the program. We wish them well going forward, and then that's it. Like,
so they're being hush about this.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what shocked me is when you guys had mentioned a couple different times how bad those condition of the tennis complex.
The court was really that
was a beautiful.
That's what they say is the main reason is that the facility was.
Well, why the fuck was it let go like that?
Exactly. Why not?
And it couldn't cost thousands and thousands to keep it up with it.
And here's the thing too: it's not like this happened overnight. This is this happened over years and years.
Just neglect
that they could
they take care of the football stadiums and everything else. Why did the tennis courts?
Exactly.
And you got to drive past that to get to other places.
Yeah.
So it's not like would you go like this?
Yeah.
No one had to see it.
It's right in between the baseball
that's
field
what
and the
I
football
thought. Yeah,
field.
that's what I thought.
One of the ASRC. It's in between the three big.
So what? They're just going to leave this tennis court looking terrible there on campus?
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad.
Here's the quote from Kathy Monterosa.
It was really bad.
While we regret having to eliminate the tennis teams, Dr. Monterosa said, we face budgetary issues that require several changes to reduce our expenses. West Liberty University will always remember our tennis programs with fondness and pride. We wish everyone associated well as they move on.
That just seems so.
It's very much lip speak, but that's very common.
Just like cookie cutter type thing.
The tennis team was always cool because like they would always bring in like foreigners and stuff. Like all the people from overseas.
Yeah,
Brazil.
You spoke highly. You said all those most of those people.
They're all great people. They're just because the thing is they move here and they don't know anything about America. They come here to West Liberty. It's like it's just a big family to them, and they fall in love with it. They love everybody there. They love the teammates. And we're having a guy on tomorrow on the radio or on Thursday who's the student government vice president. He's from Miami. He's an RA on campus, and he came here to play tennis. So what the heck's he going to do now?
Matt brought up the point. It's like these guys, imagine it would be like me and you, we play tennis in Japan. Yeah. And we go to school and we make friends with all these people because we don't know anybody. We're trying to make friends with people because we got to try to make it home for a place that is not our home. So you go to Japan, you and I, we try to make do. It may be just one of us. Like that's normally how it is with these tennis players. There's not like they're going with buddies. Like if you would go to Japan, you try to make a place for yourself in this place where you don't know anybody, you don't know the language, the culture, you're trying to get your degree and play the sport that you love, and then the second you make any sort of impact, any sort of memories or life where you are, it just gets wiped off the map, and that's it. And now you got to think about all your friends that you made. You got to go find something else to do.
I'll say this about those tennis players: they knew how to party.
They did.
Me and Say
they know how to party.
Parties, man.
They do.
They had some of the nicest, like they were all just in there just fired up, beers being thrown up around, and the music is completely different.
The soccer players, they all know, all those foreign dudes know
they
exactly
all get together and they just go nuts.
When they show up, it's like, it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
But I just think it's terrible, and just that I don't know the leadership
up
there.
I don't know.
No, there you go. It just wiggled out.
Gotcha.
We're already 34 minutes in. We might as well just power it out, and if that's fine with you guys.
Yep.
Bucko's starting soon.
Anything you guys want to hit on that news at all? Anything else we want to hit on? Anything?
I got one. I got this kind of a little bit of a hot pit thing.
Are we doing this now?
But it's kind of a news hot pit thing. What was it? Oh, so this kind of is, you guys might not know much about this as I do. But the company Activision, they make Call of Duty, all these big games.
Remember Activision?
Yeah. So Activision, these developers made these community, like regular guys like us, say me and Jub, made these games that they were like the old Call of Duties where you could go back and play them safely, and like you could go and a lot of people would play them.
Well, if you're thinking about old games, say it's 2023 and a game came out in 2009.
Yes.
That game, if you go to try to play with other people that are online, there's nobody.
There's nobody
dead.
to play.
It's a dead game.
And it's a
for
game
for 09, the 09 version.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And plus,
these are games that
you're going to have to get a new system out. Your old system, hook your old system up.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
and these are games that people absolutely love. They grew up on them, love them. So
Any good example?
Like
a Mortal Kombat kind of thing?
No, more of the original Call of Duties, the very first Call of Duties, the first 5 or 6.
And how long ago? When did that come out?
Well, the first Call of Duty, it's this year's the 20th year, so 2003.
That's absurd.
20,
too.
yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, so up all the way, probably. I mean, the past 15 years, these older Call of Duties, these developers who are just regular guys came up with this thing where you could play all these old games safely, and they make no money off of it. They do it just out of the love for the game. So they create this client on the computer. You go back and play these games. And the problem with going back now and playing these games regularly, if you were to go back, say play it on your old Xbox, there are so many hackers in these games where they literally have the ability to take all of your personal information.
Jesus.
If you were in a game with them, take all of your information, set it out, every credit cards, all of this. Jesus. But the money-hungry assholes at Activision have shut down this client permanently because they want everybody to buy their games. They want nobody else to be able to try to I don't know.
What was the client called?
XLabs and SM2. Yeah. So all of these where you were able to go back and play these games safely, Activision has now shut them down. Even though you're playing their game, spending the money on their game, they say that no.
Do you still have to buy?
You still have to buy the game to play to still play these clients. It's just
that is weird.
Activision is the biggest money-hungry asshole.
Well, actually, it's not even Activision anymore because Blizzard ate up Activision. So now it's probably Blizzard falling down on Activision.
Yeah, and it's corporate. These corporate assholes that's just money hungry dickheads that shut down these passionate people that want to play these old games. Their old games that they created. I've now shut it down. They all sent them cease and desist notices, and then now they're all gone. And it's not like these people were making money from it anyway.
That's so crazy.
And how many times we've referenced whatever it is, sports, what he's talking about. It's all driven by money.
Yeah, it's fucking I feel so bad for these people that they've spent years of their lives developing this thing so that people can just go back and enjoy the things that they love to do growing up. And now,
so you can't play the 09 version unless you just play by yourself.
Yeah, unless you go back and play, because you were able to. So the thing that they were doing was these developers were doing is making it so you could play on the computer, which everybody kind of plays on now. Play on easily, where you can just load it up on the computer, play with thousands of people. But now,
thank you.
Now you got to go back. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, but now you would have to go back and get your old consoles out or buy a whole new console to go play these old games, and which is literally unsafe to do.
I was going to ask you, what do you mean play it safely? What do you mean by that?
It's legitimately unsafe to play these older games because of the hackers. If you were to end up in a game with them, they have the ability somehow to steal your personal information, your credit cards, all of this.
Did you guys get to take advantage of it at all?
I did. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was like I was back when I was 10 years old playing this game. It was like it almost got me a little emotional playing it because it was just like I was back again playing it.
When did you get the cease and desist? When did that?
They just last week it happened.
Wow.
You actually got one too?
Well, I did. No, I didn't.
I heard that too. Yeah,
I was thinking, wow, holy shit.
Yeah. No, but
I didn't know if everybody who was playing because I'm like, man, that'd be wild.
Yeah, these old what happened to one company or one client, and then a couple of days later another one came out. So there's only one more left that they're going to definitely go after. And
Speaking of media and stuff, I have to give this recommendation out because I found it 3 days ago, and I have just fallen in love with this show. It's a show called From, F-R-O-M, and it came out last year. I've heard nothing about it. I've seen nothing about it until a clip popped up on my TikTok 3 days ago, and I went and I found it online, totally legal.
Disclaimer, totally legal.
And watch this show called From, and I'm telling you right now, it's in the top 10 of my shows of all time. All time.
Where do you watch it at? Where's it?
So you can get on Amazon Prime. or you can get it on like Roku, whatever. They're basically any platform.
Give us a quick summary of like.
So it's like a horror drama show that's kind of like. Has anybody in here seen Midnight Mass? No? Okay, that's another recommendation. Go watch that. It's on Netflix. Really good show. So basically these people are driving in their RV going to what they assume is a vacation destination, and they end up coming to a tree in the road. They divert to a town in the middle of nowhere, and they go through it once, and they come back around, and they go through it again and again and again and again, and they can't get out. And they come back into the town, and basically everybody that's in that town has seen that tree and has been through that road, and they are stuck in this town. And there are these people in the town that come out at night, and they look like regular people, and they'll come up and they try to get into your house, and they'll talk to you real nice, like they'll pretend to be a grandma and say, "Hey, let me in. I miss you so much. You look, you're growing up. Let me in." And you can't. If you let them in your house, they kill you and they just rip you apart. And it's freaky. It's such a good show. The story just keeps going. You don't know what's going to happen next. There's a twist on everything. I was going to talk about Matt today on the radio, and I've totally forgot about it, but it is so good, and I recommend anybody that likes shows, that likes horror and that kind of stuff, go watch it, because it's awesome. It's really good. And it just came out, so it's halfway through season 2, so you can catch up, and it's really,
is
really
it better
good.
than that one movie?
Yes.
What was that called? Remember that?
Skidamarink.
Skidamarink.
It was literally an hour and a half of like silence.
Yes.
Ew.
It was fucked up.
Yeah.
Have you watched the new McGregor thing at all?
Well, I heard that's really good.
I don't like
Dude,
him.
I've watched a few. It's really good.
I wish I liked him, but I used to like him. I don't like him.
Even if you don't like him, I think it's so interesting to see, because you see the lead up to the Khabib fight, and he's literally like a mad king going nuts, because he used to be so disciplined and everything, and then on the lead up to the Khabib fight, you could see him just slowly just becoming more and more of a bigger dickhead throughout the whole time, and he just drinking and stuff. And I never knew.
When was that? When was the Khabib fight? What year was that? Do you remember? Because I remember that was a
I know where I watched it.
Was it 2 years ago?
I know where I watched it. It was in the bungalow. I watched it in the bungalow.
Yeah, you're right.
What's the bungalow?
It's a house at West Slib, up like a party house at West Slib. Yeah, I
What
watched it there, and everybody was there, had money on McGregor.
Oh, people were pissed.
Yeah,
What platform can you watch that on?
It's on Netflix. It's really good. I would definitely.
How many is it? A couple
episodes.
Oh, okay.
Six,
That's
7
that can
episodes.
keep my attention span.
I'm telling you. So my recommendation, that recommendation. If there's any other recommendations you guys have for us, send us some email or call it. Don't call us. That's the radio. Yeah, that's the radio.
We got our first email yet?
No.
Fuck.
I just want some email. We got emails, but that was like way back. I want to get them back again. I know Aunt Kim sent us an email. Fike sent us an email.
We need an email from somebody that's not in the circle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody
I
like.
don't know if anybody uses email, really. Well, I mean, like
just
besides
send hi.
business.
Just send
Yeah.
hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Love this show.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a kitty on TV.
Anything in history we want to hit on our sheet? Any cool history things? We don't have to hit it. Obviously, we don't have to hit everything, but if there's anything on there.
Bonnie and Clyde, May 23rd, 1934.
Now,
Bonnie and Clyde were killed in Louisiana.
I mix them up with Thelma and Louise.
Yeah. It's a great. I
that's
love that
understandable,
movie.
though. I can see that.
What do you think? Do you think they were badasses, or do you think they were assholes? Bonnie and Clyde.
No, I liked them. Yeah, I liked them.
Oh.
So what is it? Clyde Barrow and Bonnie Parker?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. Faye Dunaway and Warren Beatty.
I was going to say Warren Beatty, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ben Franklin invents bifocals. I know we always talk. I just think it's super impressive. How do people come across stuff like that? Like, how do they know to do that? And I mean, and I know we talk about how smart people are nowadays, but we have like things at our fingertips to be able to become smart. These cats, to me, are a totally different smart, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And look how many billions of people he's helped with bifocals.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, even like, I know, I think I've said it on this show too, like doctors. I mean, doctors back in the day, it was trial and error.
Now, bifocals are the ones with the little slit on the bottom, right?
Yes, sir.
You had a headache back then, they'd give you a pack of cigarettes.
Right. I mean, honestly. I mean, I don't know. It's just
my
impressive
dad, he always, if you give him something up close, he always looking down.
That's how older people look at their phones.
Yeah. I want to. We can hit some more history stuff, but I want to end with two things that we do on the radio, and I think you guys will enjoy both of these. Did you listen to Two Lies and a Florida Guy today? Did anybody else?
Yes, sir.
So Jarrett's the only one here listening to Two Lies and a Florida Guy.
Let's go to. We can do
I want to try
All
Two Lies and a Florida Guy in here because I want to give people a little taste for what we do on the radio. Because on the radio, we kind of have to break it up. But this is more casual talking about things happen. So on the radio, we break it up into segments that hopefully one day we can have people more involved in. We're slowly trying to build that audience up. But one thing we do is called Two Lies and a Florida Guy. Two Lies and a Florida Guy is basically I come up with two news. Let me rewind. We do 3 news stories. One of them is real. Two of them are fake, and they're about Florida people because Florida people are always in the news for doing crazy shit. So I come up with this game called Two Lies and a Florida Guy, and we play it every Tuesday on the radio, and we try to get as much interaction as we can. But I'm going to see if I can find my theme here, and then I'll play it for the.
Did Dan call in again today?
Oh, we had the whole crew today: Roy, Guido, Dan.
Here we go. This is I always have to give this disclaimer.
Yeah, you can. I'm going to go take a pee while you do this. Yeah, I already did it.
Yeah, I have to give this disclaimer on the radio because I don't want people getting like hurt or anything. But this is not a real siren. If you're listening to this in the car, this is not a real siren. It's going to sound way more real on the radio, but right here I'll play it.
You better buckle your bootstraps and get to running, because you got the law on your tail, boy. We're as south gets, and it's time for Two Lies and a Florida Guy.
That reminds me of Dukes of Hazzard 100%. So much.
Yeah, so that's our intro on the radio. So we do that. And then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you these headlines and then a little bit of the article, and it's going to be your guys' job to decipher which one is the real one and which are the two fakes.
You know what it is? Or you didn't? No, you didn't. Okay.
And you can play along at home. Obviously, you're just going to have to, you're not going to be able to give me the answers to this. But so we'll start off with the first one. I did this in different order on the radio, but we'll start with the first one here. Florida man unintentionally sets world record for largest object pulled from the human skull. Now, these are all world records this week. In 1998, while he was at a friend's residence in Jacksonville, Florida, an unknown assailant stabbed Michael Hill in the head and left presuming that the target would lay down and die like a normal human being. Instead, Michael wandered down the street to another friend's house to get help with an 8-inch survival knife still embedded in his gray matter. The odds-defying ball of bronze Michael explained that he, quote, didn't feel any pain initially, and it was only when I was at the hospital that it hit me that I felt like my eyes were bulging out. Hill's arrival and treatment at the Shands Jacksonville Trauma Center was documented and broadcasted on television, and despite the large knife penetrating his brain, Hill was conscious and responsive when arrived at the hospital. 4 hours after he arrived, the knife was removed. Hill survived without even an infection, and within 7 days, he was discharged from the hospital, although the knife had caused permanent damage to his memory and paralyzed his left hand. He now has occasional headaches and needs medication to prevent seizures. He's now the proud holder of the Guinness World Record, largest object removed from the human skull. So that's all. That's article number 1. Article number
Knife
2.
and head.
Florida man breaks world record for most coconuts broken with head. A Florida man was rushed to the hospital after attempting to break the world record for smashing coconuts with his head. The man, Mohammed Karamanovic, of German descent, was attempting to break the previous record of 45 coconuts in 1 minute. According to witnesses, the man had been practicing for weeks leading up to the event, and he was confident that he would break the record and become a world champion. When the day came to break the world record, Karamanovic got through 76 coconuts in under 58 seconds. However, things took a turn for the worse when the man missed one of the last coconuts and hit his head on a concrete slab that held the coconuts in a row. The impact was so severe that Karamanovic was knocked unconscious. He was immediately rushed to the hospital where doctors discovered that he had suffered severe concussion and concluded that even before the impact of the concrete, Karamanovic did severe damage to the frontal bone of his skull. He had to undergo surgery to repair the damage, and after several weeks of recovery, he is back in good health, and according to friends and family, he is eager to set a new world record.
Oh, Jesus.
And then thirdly, Florida man hospitalized after breaking world record for eating light bulbs. The Guinness Book of World Record holds titles for many wacky and odd eating records. However, none quite compare to as ludicrous as this. Chris Villa, a 29-year-old Miami resident, had his sights on the world record for most light bulbs eaten in one sitting. Villa, prized for his ability to eat non-food objects and recording to reports, would eat anything anything for a party trick for spectators, with friends saying that he would chow down on anything from pencils to pint glasses to screws while amongst most crowds. Villa began his endeavor after an unofficial record of 75 light bulbs had been eaten in one sitting, and it was set by a Texas man 5 years prior. According to reports and by his friend's witness statement, Villa purchased over 160-watt light bulbs at his local hardware store and prepared to set the bar in his Miami apartment. According to his friends, Villa blew through 100 light bulbs in under 6 minutes and but not without injury. Villa was instantly rushed to the hospital after, quote, heavy oral bleeding. He was admitted to surgery within an hour, and after a 3-hour-long surgery, all the glasses were removed from Villa, and he received over 130 stitches, both internally and externally. He has since been recovered and has not returned to the glass-eating scene. So the question is, which one of those is real? So going back through, we have Florida man unintentionally sets his world record for largest object pulled from the human skull. Secondly, Florida man breaks world record for most coconuts broken with head. And then thirdly, the Florida man hospitalized after breaking world record for eating light bulbs.
I started last time, so somebody else want to start?
I'll tell you what I guessed on the radio today. I went with the light bulb guy.
Right. You went with 3.
I think the light bulb is a lie.
Okay.
I do too.
I think the coconut one is the truth.
Okay, Cooley's on coconuts. Jarrett's on light bulb.
I was on the light bulb today.
I'm going to take the knife in the head.
Knife in the head.
I'm 100% confident it's knife in the head.
Knife in the head.
Wow.
And the answer is the knife in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knife in the head. That's a real story. I couldn't believe it.
It might beat up. I didn't want to believe it.
Yeah. It was the most tame of the... Well, no, I take that back.
Tame?
Well, he did have a knife in his head, but it wasn't like as ridiculous as eating light bulbs.
I thought for sure it was light bulbs.
Jeff, how's that happen though? How does it go? It just
This
pierces
is crazy.
your head.
I think I remember reading this a long time ago. I know that sounds absolutely fucking ridiculous right now. And to answer your question, I don't know. But I wanted to say they also, maybe this isn't the same story, but they found something embedded in somebody's head that they did not know about. And I think that's my story. That's what made me believe.
Well, there's a story from back in like the 40s.
A nail or something.
Well,
nail in the back of the head or something.
That might be. I know there's one where a guy was working in a mine or something, and something exploded, and it sent this giant rod through his head. And he went to the doctors, and they took it out, and he was totally fine and had no issues. And I think he went psychotic at the end of his life. But
you know why I excluded? I can't give you a reason why I excluded 3, but I excluded 2 because why would they all of a sudden? They said the dude's name and they said of German descent. Why in the fuck would that matter whatsoever? So I excluded that one.
Because so I have to literally all those are made. That's made up. I take time to make all those up, which is probably sad in its own right. But like I try to throw in details like that either might be true but have a different background. So like one time a lady wanted to marry a pig because she thought it was her husband, but that's not true. But there is a story about a lady that wanted to marry her dog who thought it was her husband. So I just sometimes I mix
people are
them
so
up.
fucked up. I would believe something like that.
Do I want to do the song thing?
I don't know what time. How long have we been going for?
We've been going for a little over. Now 53. We'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up. I'll do the song thing. I want Chris to call in.
Next week.
I do a song thing where I'll pick the top 100 songs. Well, this week was top 100 songs. Sorry, number 1 of the top 100 songs of the year, starting from 2021 going down to 1971. You do it every decade, and then I'll give them hints. The genre of the music, the awards that it won, and then these guys got to figure out what the song is.
Yeah, he doesn't just say,
that's tough.
I'll give you.
He doesn't just say, hey, who sang "Smoke on the Water."
We'll do one.
I mean, he gives me these.
We'll do one.
All right.
Yeah, I was.
All right,
pissed
this
at
is
myself
2011, so everybody should know this. 2011.
This would be
This
you.
This
One
is
from
this
today?
is yes. This is the top 100 song of 2011. So this is the top song of the year. 1.4 billion plays on Spotify. The genre is rhythm and blues and soul. It's a female solo artist from the album 21, and it's the B-side of If It Hadn't Been for Love. At the 54th Annual Grammy Awards, it won the awards for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Short-Form Music Video. And the critic who rated this song, Lamb, gave it a score of 5 out of 5, saying this song wastes no time in presenting the stunning bluesy authority of her voice. Her voice, here is a voice that can raise chills up the spine, and when she is in a mood like this, the sense of foreboding will rivet your attention.
Oh, jeez.
I think I know it.
Is it Adele?
Bang.
I was going to say
Boom.
Adele because
Rolling
I
the
knew.
deep.
Rolling it.
Damn,
dude. Yeah.
Once you
Good
said-
work.
I want to know, but when
Wow.
you said 21, because I have that CD.
You have Adele's?
Yeah.
Nice.
She's so good.
yeah. Yeah, we'll go back. We'll do.
Wow, that was fucking impressive, man.
Yeah,
I'm
good
highly
shit, Cool.
impressed.
Holy hell!
Yeah.
I didn't get
Since
that.
you got
today.
since you got it right, we'll do one more.
Well, you mentioned a good
like
voice. That's
Oh
why.
wow!
Yeah.
What is, these
Um,
guys are hacks.
Chris, Matt said you would get this one today.
Oh, shit.
Pressure,
So this is from
Christopher.
1981.
Pressure.
I know.
1981, Billboard Top 100 Song of 1981. 321 million plays on Spotify. The genre is new wave soft rock, part of the album Mistaken Identity. The song won the Grammy Award for Song of the Year and Record of the Year, and it ranked number 12 on the Billboard's list of top 100 songs in the first 50 years of the Billboard Top 100 chart. Record World called it a haunting pop rocker, and said that the lead vocalist's earthy vocal rasp and guitar chimes are unforgettable.
I'm going to say
This is a female artist.
Betty Davis Eyes by Kim Carter.
Bang!
Yes,
Oh
yes.
my god!
She's
She's
Yeah.
got Betty
Wow.
Davis.
Nailed it.
Wow.
And then,
Well, because I
Unbelievable.
remember,
Zero
I
clue.
can't remember or
Zero.
why I would know that was from the album Mistaken Identity, right?
all right,
I
cool.
just- it-
So it's for you. I'll give that because you and Jarrett are probably you guys might struggle with this.
I'm sure. When's it from?
2021.
I was so
Top
fucking
100
pissed I
song
missed
of
this today.
top 100. If
I'm
you're
so
playing along
pissed.
at home, this is what we do on the radio. We're not going to do this every podcast, but I don't know if maybe we get critical attention from this, which we're not. Top 100 song of 2022 from the album Future Nostalgia. 757,000 plays on Spotify, which is low. Genre is electric disco, new disco spelled N-U, pop funk or space rock. It released October 1st, 2020. Features popular rapper that recently has faced controversy and has no awards. On March 14th, March 14th, 2021, the lead artist performed the remix version with the featured rapper for the first time at the 63 Annual Grammy Awards alongside a performance of the song Don't Start Now.
Oh, shit.
This is a female artist who is usually a solo artist with a featured rapper.
All right, can I call timeout real quick?
Yes.
You got this wrong today, Jared?
I got
and
yeah.
you're
I didn't.
pissed.
I was so pissed at myself because I got the rapper wrong, and now that I heard what he said, no awards. I should have.
And Jeff,
thought
you
about
have no
that.
clue. I have zero clue.
She's unbelievable. She's so hot. she's so hot.
What the fuck?
It's an unconventional name. Like I've never heard anybody with this name before, ever.
Selena Gomez.
A little late. Yeah.
It's not Cardi B.
No.
No.
Ice Spice?
One more guess.
At first I did think it was.
What
Ice
did you
Spice.
guess? What did you guess?
I didn't guess anything.
He
I was-
thought the rapper was Kanye.
I thought it was Kanye. I thought
Honestly,
the
that's
rapper
where I was
Kanye.
going with
All right,
Kanye.
But now that he said no awards, I should have known
All right.
that.
Fuck.
But now you said
All right.
controversy.
One more guess. It starts with a D.
Oh, Jesus. I was not.
Both D's. They're both D's. The rapper and her.
3,
Tell me.
2. Dua Lipa featuring
Oh.
The Baby
Yeah.
with Levitating.
Yeah.
If you would
That
was a big summer song. Huge summer song.
All right,
Should've
last
known
one,
that.
and then we'll get out of here. I want to do this for
Dua
Chris
Lipa.
because
Oh, shit.
all right, 1971. Here we go. Number 2 because the number 1 had already been on our list, so I couldn't do it on the radio.
Which one was that? Remember? Did you already ask me on the number one song before?
Yeah, but I can't remember what it was. I can't
I didn't
remember.
get it right.
Oh, it was oh shoot. Joy to the World by
3 Dog Night.
Yeah, that was the number 1 song. Okay. The number 2 song of the Billboard Top 100 1971, 287 million plays on Spotify. The genre is folk rock or soft rock. It is the A-side of Reason to Believe, part of the album Every Picture Tells a Story. The song was the artist's first substantial hit as a solo performer, and it launched his solo career, and it remains one of his best-known songs. The album version of the song incorporates a 30-second guitar solo intro called Henry, composed by Martin Quittenton.
Oh, fuck.
Any idea?
Hold on, watch this.
Tap
it out. I have no idea.
Maggie May.
Bang.
Rod Stewart.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Dude, are you like a lyrical fucking genius or what?
He's unreal.
I'll be honest, I know you say no, but dude, you do.
I've earned
impressive.
this much money from it. Zero.
Yeah, that's impressive, Chris. Very, very fucking
impressive.
impressive.
Because you said every picture tells a story, and I
you could get this one too, but we won't do it anymore. All right, here we go. All right, well, listen, we appreciate you joining this podcast. That was a little bit of taste of the radio, so come join us Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah, Jeff, good sitting
and
I'll
Monday.
be honest, it was really enjoyable.
Yeah,
I'm glad to be back.
You've been here longer than 3 weeks, or less than 3 weeks.
No, I don't think he has.
Because it was about baseball driven.
Because it was us 4 and say, then it was us 3 and say, and then I think then 3 weeks ago would have been
it would have been 3, yeah.
Well, welcome back.
Honestly, it feels good. It's nice seeing everybody. I'm back in the saddle.
Yeah. Well, we had
a little bit of
post-one
stuff.
We'll work around.
We'll work around
it. We're actually in the works of getting Soup some gear, and then eventually a second set of gear so we can do some stuff at home or up at the original set that we do in the summertime. So we will get to that when we get to it. Make sure. Yeah, it might be a little bit. Make sure, because it's really nice coming in here and not have to do shit.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, Chris.
If we do this, if we go back to remote occasion, do we have to set up and tear down?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
The weather's we can't leave the stuff out in the weather, so that's
we might just have to stay here.
Or we could do it out in the parking lot or something. I don't know. But no. Listen, June 10th at June 10th at Generations is the Pine Room Lager's first release. You can get your very first taste of the first batch of the Pine Room Lager. We're going to be giving away some gear, some shirts, koozies. We're actually going to go right now. I don't think we're going to be selling them yet, but they might eventually be on the website. Some pint glasses for people. We're going to have some made for us so we can have some stuff to drink out of, which is really cool. But yeah, June 10th at 6 o'clock, come to Generations for the Pine Room Lager official release. We're really excited about that, and we're going to be there. I know everybody here is going to be fucked up, so that's going to be a fun time.
Factual.
That's
factual.
So we're going to have a blast. So June 10th, don't forget about it. Please come. If you're listening to this, please come. If we sell it out quick, it really means well for us in the next batch. So if we can get it out, the quicker we can get it out of there, the better. So if you can come and get a drink, and plus it's going to be around at every bar and every restaurant, probably within a 100-mile radius. So not that far.
It might already be sold out, hopefully.
But yeah. So come June 10th, we're going to have some giveaways, live music at 8 o'clock, and you can hang out with us, and we can just get drunk and have a fun time. They're going to be having cans and tap, so you can get both. Take a can home to collect it. Really cool label on it, so you can go check that out.
Very cool label.
Yeah, but we're really excited about it, and we hope that hopefully you will have a can yourself. But go to our social media if you want any details on the event. I think that's it. Listen to the radio show Monday at 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Listen to on Tuesdays and Thursdays from noon to 3. That's our radio schedule, and they're doing a bunch of stuff here in the studio, so we might be out of here within the next couple weeks. There might be a day where we're not on, but that's to come in the future. Look at all the stuff that we do on social media. Soup's going to be doing some stuff here soon. So we're going to be coming in here. We're actually going to be shooting a commercial for the beer or the radio station here on the weekend. So there's a lot of stuff to look forward to. We appreciate you listening to this episode 59 of the Pine Room Podcast. And until then, we'll see you here next time in the Pine Room.
Peace.
Good night.
Take it easy.
Good night.